Hello folks, how you doing? And welcome to my channel. So today's video, and I've got my little Moonology diary here. We have on Wednesday, the 18th of September, we have a full supermoon in Pisces. We also have a partial lunar eclipse. And on, where is it? Sunday, the 22nd of September 2024, we have the autumn equinox. And I will do that video in a separate video to this. So let's say it again: full moon in Pisces, full supermoon, and a partial lunar eclipse. And I just went onto Google and Googled it. And the first thing that came up was, whatever, it's full moon. No, it's going to shake things up a bit. And it's like every moon shakes things up a bit, doesn't it? Let's have a look. But before I start, let me share the decks with you. Mystic Palette Tarot by Cairo Marchetti is a brand new deck that I can highly recommend. It's called Mystic Palette Tarot. Hello, Claire. Welcome back. Mystic Palette Tarot by Cairo Marchetti. And I'm also going to be using Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. We'll use the Cairo deck first. So let's keep it simple and let's just see what wants to come through. Oh, it's a very big deck to shuffle, actually. It's one of those decks that you want to gaze at the artwork. You know, I've had decks before where I just gaze at them, and it's a very fluid deck. It's not, the Radiant Rider-Waite is a good deck, and I recommend that deck as well. But sometimes it can be a bit, and sometimes you can see, especially when you've done tarot a lot, you can see more in it than is in the picture, and that can be confusing for people. Like, yeah, but that card says that, and that card is that. And you think, like, I'm able to see more in this. The artwork also shows you more, if that makes sense. So let's get to it. Ooh, you see what I mean? It's so if I banged on the mic then. Come over here and do it. It is a very tall deck to shuffle. Interesting. Look at that. You see what I mean? Wow. Ooh. Look at that. Do you know there's so, let me hold it up to you. There's so much you can say to that. Look at it. At the bottom. I'll read it in a minute. Oh. Told you, didn't I? Four of Wands. Celebration. We have a lot to be thankful for. As the underbelly rises within society, within our lives, our emotions that no longer serve us, I think as one of the things I'm picking up for me, and in client sessions as well, and if it's happening to me, it's going to be happening to you, and if it's happening to clients, it's going to be happening to you, is a lot of underbelly stuff coming up, past versions of ourselves, the things we used to be anchored into. And it's almost like this devil energy. And we talk about the devil, we go, whoa, get the shivers and all of that. But what I've always said, the devil is vital in this journey of life because he brings it up, the behaviors, the shadow, the addictions, the codependency, the parts of us that we as humans want to push down. The devil brings it up. And he's bringing it up for us to be able to break through things. And it's almost like saying, yes, we're going through a lot at the minute, but there is also stuff to celebrate. There's a lot of doom and glooming out there of how bad things are at the minute. And yeah, I get that in many corners of the world it is. But also remember that I'm reading a book at the minute, which if you want to follow what I'm reading, join me on BookTube, which is Claire Thackeray Reads. It's the Old Royal channel. And the book I'm reading is based in World War II. And for all the others horrible stuff happening with the Blitz and stuff, there's also community spirit. There's also relationships forming, friendships forming, engagements, pregnancies. So wherever there is in the world darkness, there is also going to be pockets of light. And it's the same with us as well. And that also reminds me of angel wings. So it's about being able to see our darkness and our shadow, but also being able to spread our wings wide. Look at that, Knight of Swords. And usually that's depicted with the knight on the horse and he's galloping towards something, depending on what deck you use. But in here, it's almost like you don't have to just rush out and do something. You can take your time with something. Using our energy wisely. Use your energy wisely. Use your reserves wisely, watching where our energy goes to. And it's almost like, is there a thing where you put elastic band on and when you think of something, you have to pull the band? It works for some people, but I bet it'd hurt as well. If you've got a lot, you've got to stop thinking about. Anyway, I'm finding as well, and I know many of you will be, that when I get pulled into something, it's almost like an energetic band goes on my wrist, and it's like, remember, because we can be pulled into so much without us even realizing it. Online gossip, neighborly gossip, who's that in the street, what's happening in the family, why are they doing that, who's on this on the global stage, and we can be pulled in, and we're being told to just reserve your energy. Think of your energy each day as a bag of money. Are you just going to throw it out to everybody? Or are you going to go, right, I've got this for you, that for you, I can got this, but this I need for me. And when we get to understand that in a better way, it becomes healthier. Um, I do like this deck. And we've got the Page of Swords. I'm getting that many people are drowning in toxicity at the minute. They're drowning in their own stuff. They're drowning in other people's stuff. You possibly live with somebody else that's going through a toxic purge. You possibly got children. You may have codependents. You may have people that you're caring for. You may be in a workspace where they're wanting more and more for you. I'm going to pull the next card because it's going to be interesting to see. We have got the card of, look at that, the card of the family. Whatever's going on in the world right now, you're being asked to clean up your own doorstep. We're all being asked to clean up our own homes. We can spend as much time as we want focusing on the global noise, but that's all it is. It's just energy. This is asking you to come back to home and hearth. Things that you've been maybe putting off for some time. And this isn't just about cleaning, it's about feelings, emotions. If things are going on in the family that are really draining you, you may need to look at what you're doing when you're not with family or when you're not dealing with family. So it could be how much time I spend on social media. It could be how much time I spend in worrying about the news, how much time I spending on this, how much time am I doing that? Do I really need to do all that cleaning today? Can I not clean it like this? It's about coming back to our home and hearth. There's also toxicity we know this as well, toxicity purging within the family line at this time. And look at that. Look at that for an Ace of Cups. Self-care. There may be addiction things coming up as well. Also abundance. The energy of abundance. There's an energy out there of as well with the world as it's breaking down at a faster rate now. As it's breaking down, it's also coming back together again. Maybe you've been on a healing journey and heard lots of things, experienced lots of things, but you're being asked to now make peace with what you've been heard, what you've been told, what you've heard, what you've experienced. And it's almost like at some point a line has to be drawn. It's also about coming back together with other people. That one as well. Eight of Cups, look at that. The Pisces energy there as well with the fishes in the sea. So Pisces, water. Illusionary energy as well. The fish swimming. There's the energy being round and round in a circle. Am I going to drown in my emotions? Am I going to drown in my feelings? What can I let go of? Why am I feeling as I am doing right now? Is something, can I just clear that off? Because it's disturbing me. You get things that flash on your screen. God, let me hold it up again for you. That. What does it say to you for your life right now? Coming through something as well. You're coming through something. Get that. Seven of Cups. Lots going on, lots of illusionary energy going on, uncertainty, lots of things coming up. The thing with time that is ongoing at the minute, spending our time wisely, embracing new aspects of ourselves that want to come in now. Maybe a slower version of you, maybe a more creative version of you, maybe a kinder version of you. Making sense of different parts of you that need work or different parts of your life that need attention, not letting all of that stuff come at you at once, saying, right, that needs to be dealt with then, that dealt with then. Make it, doing lists. Like we do a list when we're going on holiday, we plan when we're going to pack something, or if you do moving house, I'm right, I'm going to cancel the doctor, then I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do that. Emotion wise, it feels like just put things into doable sections. Maybe some of you are trying to face too many things at once. You're trying to heal too much of yourself. I think sometimes we don't understand what healing is. It's not making things better. Sometimes the most powerful form of healing is being at peace. Is being at peace now with all that's going on, being at peace with the fact that you may be battling addiction, being at peace with the fact that you're going through an illness, being at peace with the fact of your past. We think of healing as everything's going to be perfect, there's going to be roses around the door. And actually, it's not. Healing is in the present. It's about being at peace now. It's about living a life that is wholesome. Look at that. Sorry, I will be gazing at these cards. Look at that. The inner child, playfulness, letting the past go. And that can be really triggering when there's still things coming up from the past. Like, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Maybe doing a meditation. Let me put this deck down here. Maybe doing a meditation where you visualize this card. You're the little girl. You can be the little boy as well. Sat in a meadow. So it's a meditation you can do. You choose your meadow. Your meadow is a safe space. It can have your favorite animals, your favorite trees, water. And you can visualize the past issues being like bubbles or hot air balloons, and you can visualize it going. And the further it gets away from you, it changes into butterflies. and it flies, it goes, it's transmuted. It's not just going off into the ether to affect somebody else. It's going to be a butterfly, and it turns into a bunch of butterflies. Can you have a bunch of butterflies? Let me know in the comments. That is, I think, is a great meditation that you can do up to this eclipse, full moon, super moon, around it on the day. Let's do it now. Close your eyes. If you're driving, don't bother. Close your eyes, feet on the ground, concentrating on your center, where your power is, focusing on your self-sovereignty. And I want you to visualize your meadow, the flowers, the colors, the grass, the trees, Mother Earth, if she's there. You can call on your guides, but it's a safe space. There's no toxicity. You're safe. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths in. I want you to think about something you want to let go of the past. It could be a past thing, event, something that's been said to you, something that it could be lots of things that you can't even put into whatever. And visualize all of that stuff in these hot air balloons. Or you could visualize them as bubbles. But the bubbles and the hot air balloons are hugely cleansing. And as each issue goes into that hot air balloon or bubble, you can feel a lightness in your heart. You can feel a lightness in your gut. You can feel a lightness in your energy field. And it's soaring up now very slowly. And as it goes higher and higher, you feel lighter and lighter. And you send peace to that. You send acceptance, forgiveness, love, compassion, joy, knowing that you are the alchemist in this moment. It's not me, it's you. It's not your guides, it's you. And as it rises higher, the sun is shining brightly. The blue sky. For some of you, there's a cleansing rain that comes to cleanse. And then, as it gets further away, it transmutes into butterflies. And those butterflies go, and then they disappear. And you come back to your body, 3 deep breaths. You feel into the fact that you feel lighter, you feel brighter, you feel more confident. And you can do this type of technique over and over. That sometimes things are just feelings, emotions. And you call yourself back to the present, saying your name, your date of birth, today's date to ground you, drinking some water. And knowing that the more you do this, the more you understand, and the more your body gets used to the fact that it doesn't have to hold things on, because we program our body. We're always in charge of our body, so we've programmed our body. I'll let you see that picture again. Look at that. So do this regular. Do it again. Do the full moon. And don't be surprised if things do come up. Exploring deeper. Lots of Akshayat records clearing, lots of Karmic records clearing, justice rebalancing. What things have been passed down the family line, what we taking with us, the strength, all the stuff that they've been through, what we're letting go now, the toxic behaviors, time changing, the key to our future, infinity, building a life that we're proud of. So you see how we can change that from overwhelm into powerfulness. Right. There's one more card. Look at that. Knight of Cups, which is your dreams coming true. Now you feel clearer. So this moon will bring up stuff. It's going to bring up things that may be painful or whatever, but it's clearing the decks. And the energy is already starting with that. The decks are already being cleared. So let's see what wisdom of the Oracle wants to say. Stay as present as you can with this moon. You know, it's a big one. It's not just a full moon. It's not just a new moon. It's something to be present with. Wouldn't surprise me if there's some stuff that comes up in the global to take our attention off of it, or stuff in your own life that can come in and take your attention off of it. Keep bringing yourself back to the present. I'm also seeing that more of our ancestors, and I'm talking ancient ancestors, are coming closer in. More guides are starting to come closer in. Because don't forget, this Earth plane has been a toxic space, and the guides are not like us. The ancestors are not like us. They will not affect their energy to come in and lift us out, because they know what can happen when your energy gets dirty. But they're feeling more confident to come in. Treasure Island. Again, watery energy. The emotions, the pain, the discomfort that's going to come up over the next few days is our treasure island. It's going to be the gift that keeps on giving its release. Time for a nap at the bottom, plenty of rest. Slowing down. At being asked to come to the edge. Right, always reminds me of the Fool card in the tarot, where it's like, you're going to take that leap of faith. I think, we all, I do it. We also, you got to trust the process. You got to trust the universe. So what happens is the universe goes, okay, you're ready to trust, and are you? I'm going to bring this to the table. And that can be, oh my God, we can go into fear. We can go into lack. We can go into, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to do this. Oh my God. Whoa, it could be health. It could be wealth. It could be job. It could be business. And we find ourselves not trusting the process. We find ourselves going into 3D matrix energy. We're being asked to, no matter what comes up to the table, to trust the process. If you go into work tomorrow and find out you're going to get made redundant, I saw an amazing video on YouTube, and it was, this is what 3D does, and it was an example of what. So you bump your car. When you're anchored in 3D, you go into fear, you go into anger, you go into, oh my God, what this is going to cost me. It's your fault. You should have done that. It's a sign's fault. It's everyone's fault. It's fear. It's, how am I going to get to work now? When you go into 4D, it's a bit of fear, but it's also, this is interesting. What can I learn from this? Who am I going to meet from this? But you still keep dipping into the 3D, and you're still trying to purge it. When you go into 5D, it's wow. This is going to be an experience to learn. What is this teaching me? How can I learn from this? How can I expand from this? And that's where we know where we're at on that chart. And that's what it feels like we're being asked to do more of, is to trust. So you may get some health news that rocks your boat, and it's like, oh God. It's about going, I'm going to be fine. I've got to trust this process. Even if the process goes down avenues I do not like or want, I've got to know it's, there's teaching in here, there's clearing, there's enlightenment in this. And that's what we're going to be tested on. We're already being tested on it. Milk and honey, abundance. Being thankful for the simple things in life. I did a video today, but you will have seen it yesterday on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, where I talked about what abundance is. And I talked about a YouTube video I watched a long time ago. And it was someone's vlogs, and they lived in a council flat. And she loved it. She was possibly a woman in her late 50s, 60s. And she loved her council flat. And she had all plants on the balcony. She had it decorated nice. It wasn't ostentatious or over the top. She did wholesome meals. And I remember thinking, God, you know, we know I've lived in council estates, and they can be places of concern, let's put it that way. But That's what abundance is. It's being able to love what you've got. Whether it's a second-hand car that your dad had, your brother had, and now you've got it. Whether it's the fact that you're living in rented property, or whether it's the fact that you've just lost your job. It's about seeing the abundance in all of it, which is how we become happy. Being happy with what you've got. No place like home. There's this energy, this message in this whole reading about home. No place like home. And all that glitters isn't always gold. The world that you're shown out there of superstardom and, all that kind of stuff. And if only I was this, if only I was an actress, or if only I was a successful author, if only I was a princess, if only I was, I don't know, whatever. Life would be so much better if only I was married to a footballer, or if only I was an influencer with millions of subscribers. And the truth is, it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. So this is about asking us again, no place like home, and all that glitters isn't always gold. Focus inward, coming back to hearth and home. And that is your reading for today. Is there another? Should we do a parting of the deck for a final card? Time to go. That feels personal to someone needed to see that. Whoever you are, it's time to go. There's a doorway that you can't see. You can see it in the mist. Maybe it's going to be around October. I know in the UK where I am, October, November is misty months. It's always fog on the morning, that kind of thing. And it can feel really nerve-wracking when it's foggy, but you've just got to trust your internal navigation. Where this feels like it's personal to someone, trust your internal navigation in this situation, but it's time to go. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now, and I'll stop this video at some point. Bye.